Hey guys, so I've been slammed. I mean, slammed. It's been a rough, I guess 2 months. Thankfully, just doing a video a month. I mean, a video a week. Sorry about that. And it's helped me. I couldn't know if they'd caught up. So, but anyway, without rambling on, gotta show y'all something. I was having trailer issues. I may have talked about in other videos, but I think I have our power situation taken care of. Stay tuned. Alright, so, if I haven't talked about it before, we're going to talk about it today, and we're going to talk about the solution. I kept having issues with it saying trailer not connected. Matter of fact, we hooked the computer to it, and it said the brake box was bad. And among other things, so we swapped out, it's got a built-in brake box. We swapped the brake box out. I didn't fix it. So kept having it come on. And so then, well, what was so bad about it was when you would do your brake test, it wouldn't work. But if you drove it down the road a little bit, it might start back working, but then it would quit again. So that made me think it was ground. So we tried issues with the ground. That didn't work. So that's bad when it won't stop.
Kevin, slow this car down! Oh no. What's wrong? What's going on?
Not braking!
Hit the brakes!
Not braking!
Downshift! Downshift! Downshift!
No clutch!
What do you mean there's no clutch?
Why?
Look out! Look out! Here comes the car! Look out! Watch out!
So, if your trailer won't stop, if you don't have brakes on your trailer, you are essentially, depending on what your weight is, the trailer is 10,000 pounds by itself, but essentially you're stopping, well, it GBWs at 24.9. I couldn't remember. The big text was 1,000 more, so the GBW is 24. So you're trying to stop 20,000 pounds with just your truck. You're trying to stop a 20,000 pound trailer with a 10,000 pound truck. So that don't work, not quickly. You might can do it in a few football fields, but that's not going to work. And the bad part about this was you wouldn't know it till you hit your brakes. So it would ding on and off, but it may show working, but it might not ding that it's off until you get ready to hit it. It was just crazy stuff. So, because we were having different issues, we changed the brake box. We thought, well, I had heard on YouTube, and it seemed like one of y'all commented one time about changing out the RV plug, that's what a lot of people call it, the flat plug, for what semis use, which is a 7-pin round. So let me show you what we done. I'm going to show you what I done first that did get me by. Disregard that for right now, but somebody had said put some dielectric grease in the plug because it may be getting moisture in there and or not getting a good connection. I really don't know how all this works, but I will say that I took the ends of this is a new adapter. I'll tell you about it in just a minute, but I squirted grease down in all the blades of my old plug-in, and I squirted it on the receiver side as well. And man, that worked pretty good. Like 99% of the time, I mean, that light would hardly ever come on. But I went ahead and swapped it out for I call it a semi-truck connector. And it is just see how hard it is to get out? Not had any issues. But I actually went ahead and put some dielectric grease into this too. It's a 7-pin round, and wow, it's not, it did come on once. I hit a real big Alabama pothole, and it did come on once, but they all might come on with something like that, but it's not come on again since. So this is a lot tighter connection than this setup. I don't know if I'll pick that up. You can see where I put dielectric grease in that. I tried both of my plugs to try to get it to work, and I didn't. I put dielectric grease on both of them to try to get good connection, but it just didn't work. So changing it out has worked. Barring hitting something, you know, in the road, it has not come on. So it's a win-win-win. I would still recommend, after talking to some people, about putting that in there. And get this kind too. I'm not sponsored by this company. They didn't give me this can. I bought it. Nothing about this. I'm not promoting it for any company. But this is like a pressurized. So when you turn that knob and mash it, it squirts it into it. It don't just come out and you got to wipe it on something. But let me give you this recommendation as well. If you're going to do this, and if you're like me, you have 2 plug connectors, one there and then one down here, I would strongly suggest you put an adapter in your trailer. Why, you may ask? If your truck breaks down on the side of the road, your trailer is this connector. 99% of the hot shots on the road is going to be the old RV type flat connector. I would say 99. I'm just guessing, but the majority of the ones you see are the old type. So, if you need somebody to come hook to your truck while your truck's broke down, you'll need this connector. So, get that connector. It's 30 or 40 bucks. And put that in your box, and that's part of your checkoff to make sure you have that connector. So, you got to make sure the connection is there for the power, so you don't want to lose connection. I think actually what it was doing, it was when it would wiggle a little bit, it would lose just enough voltage to trigger that light. Alright guys, so I actually had this recorded, and somehow my camera cut off, and I didn't have none of that recorded. Had 5 seconds and somehow it cut off. So, but anyway, so that has fixed my problem. Got all that done. Now I'm having more issues with the truck, and I want to get your guys' feedback on it. I need a manifold for my truck. It's leaking a little bit. The factory manifold has not done well. It's only got 115,000 miles. Factory manifold done giving issues. I'd like to have I think they call it a 2-piece manifold. But I don't really know what brand or what to get. I've got my nephew looking. They had a 2-piece, but it is an act of Congress to put on, so they quit putting them on. But if you guys know of a good, just a good manifold in general, something better than stock, I would like for it to have the cable port for the temperature gauge. That'll run to my tuner so I can monitor my temperatures, because I've had to change and go to a towing mode on my tuner. I don't know if I talked to you guys about it earlier, but I was having issues even without a load, with a load or without a load. If you were stopped, say at a red light, when you take off, I needed about 3 or 4 more seconds of low gear before it switched gears. It was switching gears and having to go back. It was like too much power for one gear and not enough for the other. So I had them to change it. And by doing that, it gave it more power. I want to think they said 60 horse. I may be wrong there. I'm not a mechanic. But anyway, in that, they said I had to watch riding it too hard or I would eat that transmission up. So they're going to put me a temperature gauge in it. But I'm looking for a good company that makes a good manifold. I don't care to pay a little bit more to get something great. So, because I about decided I'm just going to keep the truck. The price of the new trucks right now, and the things, this truck's ready to go, and it's a great truck. I know I've spent a lot of money on it lately, but even new trucks are in the shop. And at least with this one, I've got a nephew and a brother-in-law that can work on it, and they're really good to me about getting my truck in and out, where if I was getting warranty work on a new one, I don't think I'd have that same kind of service. Plus, I'd have a lot more money in it. Not saying I won't buy one next year or the next, but right now my mind is not to buy a new one. Now, one of my Ram dealer friends may call and say, hey, I got a deal, you need to get this, whatever. And it may be a deal, and I may get one. But my thinking right now is not. I've sort of changed my mind about that. Once I started adding up what all this truck is versus if I buy a new one, having to put the tank in it, move everything over, and then I've got all that mess on it that I don't want on it. And I don't know. I'm just a dude that just trying to get by one day to the next. So, and I don't have time to change the truck over right now. So, but anyway, so that's fixed. I strongly recommend, if you're having issues, to change that plug over to a 7-pin round. That is awesome. It's a lot tighter, even if it's new. The other one's new. This is tighter than the other one is if it's new. So, I strongly suggest the dielectric grease. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to improve the video some. Right now it's just vlogging and teaching you as I go. I ran into a driver the other day, and we were sitting there waiting to get unloaded, and I was actually able to help him, and he watches this YouTube channel. So he's a local guy, so if you're watching, anytime I can help, I appreciate it. And can't catch his name right off. I'm bad with names, guys. And we got some new people that I ran into that work for some companies that I used to haul from. I'm not going to call their name out. I do actually know his name, but I'm not going to call his name out yet because he still works for the company. But I do know he's already bought a truck and a trailer, so he'll be hot-shotting. He actually bought him a nice Gator-made trailer and got him a nice Ram truck, and so he's fixing to be out on the road. So I know he's been watching some, and so he knows who he is, out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. So anyway, so anytime I can help you, I don't care a bit at all. You can put your questions in the comments, or I have an email in the description. You can email them to me. Be glad to help you if I can. I don't know. I'm not a know-it-all. I don't know everything. There's a lot I still don't know, but I'll help you if I can. By the way, somebody else asked about because I run local, what timesheets do I use? I have put that on the community tab so that everybody can see it. So y'all keep an eye on that community tab. If I have something short and simple or something I want to show you, it'll go in the community tab, something that ain't a big enough post for a video. So, alright guys, appreciate y'all watching. If you need me, email me, put the question in the comment. Don't forget, buy your stuff for your new trailers or your old trailers or whatever from Mytee. The link's in the description. Alright, remember what I always say, if you want to have a safe trip, you got to start out doing safe things. Inspect your truck, your trailer, and your equipment. Love you guys. Have a good one.